I think again it's quite similar to our club where behind the scenes they they're not doing the right things. Put it that way.
Mm.
In a nutshell, they're not doing the right things, and like I said, I keep using the same word. They're not proactive. They're actually reacting to things. Um, and it's an interim because don't forget, Carrick is an interim right now. Now they get another interim,
You
which
see,
I've never heard before.
you see, Carrick is wearing Ollie's suit already,
Yeah.
man. He couldn't wait. He couldn't wait. My
Yeah,
man
yeah,
was
yeah.
dressed
Yeah,
to the
him and Phelan,
nines.
both of them.
I
Both
was
him
like,
and Phelan.
right, you couldn't
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
to
yeah,
put on
yeah,
that
yeah.
suit, boy.
Trust me, not even a little tracky. Like it's only one game. He went full in, boy. He took that suit. He said, "Let me borrow that though, bro." You know what I mean? Like,
No, it ain't gonna
yeah,
fit you, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, will.
yeah.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's an
man.
interim. Hi there, guys, and welcome to a Dash's Sports Premier League show. I'll be your host and presenter, Dashiki Dash. And on today's show, I have a returning guest, Coach Gerald Lammy, aka Coach G, will be helping me on today's show to discuss the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's right, Manchester United finally pulled the trigger and sacked Ole. But we'll also be talking about the potential hiring of Ralf Rangnick on an interim basis, and what does this actually mean for Manchester United, and how do the Manchester United faithful actually really feel about this appointment? Before we jump into today's show, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment, and help me to get these subs up. I truly appreciate your love and support with that. And also remember to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my shows. And without further ado, let's jump straight into the show. Yo, what's good? I'm laughing because, off air, we were just already just busting joke about today's show.
Mm-hmm.
Before we jump into it, welcome people. Welcome to a Dash of Sports Premier League show. I'm here with my boy, Coach G, Gerald Lammy. How you doing, my bro?
I'm blessed, my bro, man. Yeah, excited for today. We've got a lot of things to cover. Last week's predictions as well. Like you said, this is why you don't gamble. But yeah, man. No, I'm all good, bro. All good, man. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, my bro. I'm good. Just this cold, man. This cold
Yeah,
weather. I brought
yeah,
out the hoodie today.
yeah.
The heating's on, but
Heating's
still,
on. Come on.
it's not working at the moment. So yeah, like any drop of temperature, yeah, for me, it just
Yeah.
hits my bones straight away. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I need some sunshine and some good weather,
Trust
man.
me.
You know what I
Trust me.
mean? To top up on the melanin and that, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. Come on.
yeah, man, how's your week been though?
Yeah, do you know what? Again, talking about cold, so I've got like I had a little bit of a cold, so I've rested for a couple of days.
Mm.
And yeah,
People
man, just
people can get colds,
yeah,
just to put it out there.
boy, these days like you get a cold, and it's like oh yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, all good, man, all good. Again, I think like you said, I'm not used to the cold. I've never been used to the cold anyway, so
I'll
especially
get
being
used to it.
away for a couple of years as well from the cold, so I'm just getting used to it. But other than that, man, all good. We're here back on a dash of sport, so I'm excited,
Yes.
man. I'm excited.
Let's jump straight into well, before we jump straight into it, man, just make sure that you like, comment, and you
Hmm.
subscribe. Obviously, all the links will be in the description area. Help us out with that. Straight into it, bro. Man United sack Ole
Hmm.
Gunnar Solskjaer. We'll be getting into that. We'll also be going into the well, I'm guessing it's the appointment. I don't know if it's been officially
Not
confirmed
officially, no.
of Ralf
Ragnick.
Ragnick. I'm
Yeah.
calling him Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok. I mean, no disrespect, man. I hate butchering people's names. And then
Yeah.
obviously we'll get into the match week 13 preview and predictions,
Hmm.
along with match week 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Post, we'll check out the scores. And like you said, man, I don't gamble, so
Nah, neither do I.
and the thing about it is like trying to predict scores and stuff like that has never been my strongest point, but we'll get into it and see where we fared with those score lines.
100%.
But let's get into it, man.
Yep.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gone.
Yeah, man. No more than memes that you've been putting up, bro.
I
Yeah,
don't
no more of
even.
that. None of that no more.
They
You know, he
dragged him.
actually left the building. You know what I mean? I think it was the inevitable. It was gonna happen. I think United prolonged it. to the point where now, which we're gonna cover in a minute, someone that isn't proven as a manager. He's a good coach educator or a football educator. However, as a manager, to get that role as Manchester United, we're talking about one of the biggest clubs in the world here. You had Conte waiting. If he was more proactive, you would have gone and got a Conte. And I felt like Conte was the perfect fit for Man United. But again, Conte couldn't just sit around and wait for United. So he made his decision to go to the Tottenham position. But yeah, man, Ollie was gonna go eventually. Do you know what I mean? He was a man with 9 lives. He was a cat. Do you know what I mean? He was always he just always caught life no matter what. And I felt like it was more of a what's the saying, man? Where it's just because he's a legend and they don't want to treat him in a certain way. So, but
a lot of nostalgia,
that's
a lot
the one.
of
That's the one.
Empathy in terms of him being like a legend there, and so they didn't want to pull the trigger. But off the back of a 4-1 defeat, to Watford,
you can't. Which you called it. You did call it.
I did call it.
You did call it.
And I called it based on the match that they had against Arsenal. I felt like they played very well, Watford. Give Watford their credit in the whole situation with Man United. But I didn't envision that type of beating that they would receive. 4-1 is something
whooping.
That was whoop ass.
Boy.
That was a can of whoop ass. Stone Cold Steve Austin style.
Stone Cold.
A lot of players letting Ollie down as well. Obviously, you saw the Bruno Fernandes go into the crowd and pointing, and I think it's so. I get it. You're trying to prove a point. He was very, very favored by certain players in the team. But you're on the pitch there, perform like all of that. Oh, it's us, it's our fault, bro. No one wants to see that. You know what I mean? And ultimately, it's the players that have let Ollie down as well as Ollie obviously not being at that level. But like he could have gone earlier though, right?
Mate, for me, I said it from the beginning, from the get-go, when they brought him in, this whole interim stuff, and it's like they're getting used to this interim stuff. Like that's their philosophy at the moment, is just get the interim managers in and let's see what happens. But I said from the beginning that I don't feel like he is the right personnel for Man United as a manager. However, saying that, I will give him his credit as well. He did have moments. He did stabilize Manchester United, I guess. He's brought in a lot of players, whether that's his decision or not. He's brought a lot of good players into the club. He brought that feel-good factor, like he said, to some of the players. They enjoyed playing under him, which some of them have come out and have said, like they enjoy their time with Ollie. But yeah, again, like I said earlier on, if United were more proactive, they would have had a manager in place now in Antonio Conte coming in, and would have been a better fit for them going forward. Well, who knows if he would have been a better fit, but I believe Conte would be a good fit for Manchester United in terms of the philosophy. Big manager as well. But yeah, man, it's a shame.
You made a good point in regards to the interim, and it just jumped into my head right now, like in terms of Ollie was the interim as well.
Yeah,
Ollie's gone now, and now we're hearing there's another interim. What's going on with Man United with this situation? How is it the fact that they're not? This is big old Man United. Let's put this straight. Like, why are they not in the position to appoint a permanent manager at the moment?
I think again it's quite similar to our club, where behind the scenes they're not doing the right things, put it that way. In a nutshell, they're not doing the right things. And like I said, I keep using the same word. They're not proactive. They're actually reacting to things. And it's an interim, because don't forget, Carrick is an interim right now. And now they get another interim, which I've never heard before.
You see, Carrick is wearing Ollie's suit already, but he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait. Man was dressed to
him
the
and Phelan, both of them.
I
both
was
him
like,
and Phelan.
right, you couldn't
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
to
yeah,
put on
yeah,
that
yeah.
suit, boy.
Trust me, not even a little tracky. Like it's only one game. He went full in, boy. He took that suit. He said, "Let me borrow that though, bro." You know what I mean? Like,
No, it ain't gonna
yeah,
fit you, bro. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, will.
yeah.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's an
man,
interim.
it's an interim, bro. This is yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in terms of management behind the scenes. What's his name? Woodward said he's gonna stay a little bit longer. He was meant to go, and
Yeah,
now he's staying a little bit longer. So
he ain't leaving.
nah, he's doing the Ollie. He's not
Yeah,
leaving now.
I'm not
Do you know what I
leaving.
mean? Yeah, he's not leaving as well. So a lot of man don't want to let go. But
Yeah,
saying that, and which I've said before in the past as well. In terms of Man United,
mm.
there's the Godfather still around,
Yes.
making the big calls. Do you know what I'm saying? This Ronaldo move,
You
don't
touched on
ever
it, yeah.
think that the Godfather made that call and said, "You're not going to the other side, bro. You're coming
Mm.
here. Whether
Mm-hmm.
or not Ollie wants you or not, you're coming here." Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He
I
got on
can't
the
see over
phone.
there.
He got on
I,
the phone to him and he said, you're my football son. You're coming back home. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to, you know what I mean? You're not going to your stepdad over there, bro. Do you know what I mean? You're coming home. So
that was definitely one of the contributing factors as well. I
yeah,
reckon for Ollie's demise, whether people
100%.
like it or not, whether or not Ronaldo is getting those last minute goals or whatever, but ultimately their
Yeah.
football was affected because Ollie's planning life without Ronaldo or life,
Mm-hmm.
not even considering Ronaldo's in the plans, and then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden it's popped out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Ronaldo's available, which is going to be very hard for a less experienced manager to be able to adjust so
Yeah.
quickly. And we're only 13 games in, if you actually think
Still
about
early
it.
doors. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nuno was gone after 10. So if we were
Mm-hmm.
considering that as early doors for Nuno for going, then what about Ollie? Now obviously we can move on to the whole interim
Mm-hmm.
business now. So there's been a few names that have popped up. You've got I can't remember his name, the guy from Barcelona. Is it
Oh, Valverde.
Valverde?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously he won a
Butchering
couple.
these names these morning,
Yeah,
bro.
butchering these names. He obviously won a few trophies there at
Yeah.
Barcelona, but then it was seen
Yeah.
as it wasn't good enough. So he was sacked.
Mm-hmm.
He's available on an interim basis. And then you've got the one that's out there in terms of the socials and the media outlets of the certified interim that's incoming, which is Ralf Ragnick.
Ragnick, bro.
Ragnick. Goodness me, what a time to be alive. What's your thoughts on both interim potentials?
Just before I touch on that, you was talking about in
Mm.
terms of Ronaldo. I know we moved on, but I'm just thinking where before the season started, with the signings that United made, they were going to win the league. Everyone's talking about
Yeah,
they're going to
bro.
win the league, and
They
and
finished
and
second
so
last
and
year.
and so they should, because if they finish second last year and they've
Hmm.
improved this season, then you want to be pushing for the title. Which, looking at the names that they brought in, you couldn't really argue with it. Like, do you know what I mean? They brought in Varane, they brought winners, they brought in Sancho, a young prospect, which one of the
Mm.
best young players in the world. You've still got the likes of Mason Greenwood, Bruno, Pogba. You've added
Van der
to the squad.
Beek.
Van der Beek is still there, and ironically, the last goal scored was Van der Beek that got Ollie the sack.
Yeah,
The
bro.
man that just brought him hell to the club has actually gone. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's mad how things work out, isn't it?
Couldn't
But
write it.
nah, man. But saying that, at the beginning of the season, United started off quite well in terms of, Mason Greenwood was scoring goals already. I felt
Mm.
like Ronaldo coming in hindered the development of Mason Greenwood. And you could see his gameplay. There was times where he was frustrated and he was playing very individual and he wasn't passing the ball. And you could see the frustration. But again, I felt like if Ronaldo, I'm not saying because it's crazy to say this, he's still one of the best players in the world. Anyone will take him. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, in terms of that, I felt like, yeah, that was the nail,
Yeah, the
that
final
that
nail.
the,
Yeah.
the final nail. But yeah, moving on forward to what you said in terms of the two interims, I don't know, man. I can't see, the hype over. Ragnick as an interim. Like, yes, like I said earlier on, he's a good um, football educator, a man that's very, very wise, a man that has a great philosophy of football. However, at the moment, United don't need a philosophy. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You need someone to come in, make the difference in terms of winning games. I feel like it's going to be another Van Gaal. They're going to see moments of great football, and there's going to be times where, you know, apparently he's a godfather of the Gergen press. You know, who's going to be doing the pressing? Ronaldo's not doing the pressing. So whether Bruno has more of a leading role in the press and Ronaldo kind of drops back, I don't know. He's going to have to figure that out. But um, I would have just stuck with Carrick, really and truly. If we're going to do all of this, I would have just stuck with Carrick and feeling for the rest of the season and moved on. If you can't
Mm.
go and get a full-time manager from now, like it's crazy to see that you got Zinedine Zidane that hasn't got a club right now, and you don't have the pulling power to say we want you.
This is exactly what I've been saying to a load of my Man United friends in the group chats, in the DMs. That was my overriding thing. I'm saying this is big old Man United.
Mm-hmm.
We're 13 games into the season. It is still very much in the early stages. We're in November, back end of November. How can you tell me that you're not able to persuade or buy out a manager from they're more than capable of doing it.
100%.
All of the excuses like, oh, there's no managers that are available, there's no managers that want to take on this project at this stage of the season. I'm thinking,
Why not?
any
Yeah.
why not? Like,
Mm-hmm.
even if it is a case where you have not had a pre-season with your team, just the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you can come to Man United, and if you're able to just bust it up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
that job is yours. You know what I mean? Going
Mm-hmm.
forward, you are the Manchester United manager. I just feel like in terms of maybe what's being offered out there to managers is it's not getting it over the line. Whether you
Mm-hmm.
say it's the Woodwards out there that are not able to negotiate it,
Mm-hmm.
that has to be put into question. This is not the first time
Yeah.
we're talking yet again a potential interim coming into the club.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is this with Ragnick. I got his name right.
You
With
got his name up. Yeah.
with him now, I'm hearing that he is a person that was wanted by Chelsea. Obviously,
Yeah.
he said he didn't want to go there because he didn't want to go under interim basis. But he's very much a guy that wants to take control of everything.
Mm-hmm.
The team, the club itself, the youth team,
Mm-hmm.
the development center, everything like that. If he's coming to impose his philosophy for the 6 months and then he's going to a consultancy basis, which I
Mm-hmm.
still don't understand because they do have a new DOF.
Yeah.
He's embedding his new philosophy and then the potential of a new manager, and we're hearing that it could be Man United want Poch.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work in terms of Poch then coming in, trying to do what Poch wants to do, and then
Mm-hmm.
you've got this guy that's imposing himself in the background? Like, I really don't understand what's going on.
And
Is it
don't
not okay?
forget Fergie as well, bro.
And Fergie's still there.
Add him into the mix as well.
Yeah, so what is going to, it sounds like, a pot of stew with just bare ingredients in it.
Yeah. It's too many chefs in the kitchen right now. There's
You know what
too
I
many
mean?
chefs. Yeah. And I feel like it's gonna end in disaster. It might not, but I feel like it's just papering over the cracks at the moment because again, I would have gone for a Zidane and just said, here's a project for you for the next 2 years, 3 years. You've got good players here that you want to work with. Like he's worked with Ronaldo before. Do you know what I mean? He's got French players there that the likes of Pogba, who he tried to sign when he was at Real Madrid. You got Varane, which you worked with. You got young players, Mason Greenwood that you can work, Bruno Fernandes, and you can add your own players as well. So for me, it just seems like people are looking at it thinking, nah, that I'm gonna get myself burnt there. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Rather than thinking, yeah, this is a project that I want to, which is crazy. This is Manchester United, bro.
And this was a comment that made me laugh last night from one of my boys, Kid. I'll shout him out quickly. He was like, well, this guy's got a footballing brain. So I'm like, obviously he's 60 odd years old or whatever. He's got a footballing brain. I was like, well, LVG had a footballing brain.
Yeah.
Oh, he was over the hill. He hasn't been good since Barcelona. I was like, okay, what about Mourinho?
Mm.
He's on a decline. I'm like, So why is it the fact that you
Well,
think
so
that?
is Ragnick though. He's
Yeah.
gone to
So
Lokomotiv Moscow, bro.
why do you think that out of all of these managers that I've mentioned, he's got more of a footballing brain than them? You know what I mean? It's like you can't just pick and choose. And I'm very surprised, Man United fans. Like, you obviously can chime in, comment, and stuff like that. But I'm very surprised at how accepting of this you
Yeah.
lot are, because you lot were screaming like, we need to be at the top, we need to be challenging, we need to be, what's it called? Well, this is not going to get you any closer
Nah.
in the in the near future, like, or immediately or anything like that. You're gonna have to wait for this guy to embed
Yeah.
his philosophy. Like,
Yeah.
are Man United fans prepared to wait for a project to unfold for the
Nah.
next 2-3 years for this to happen? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Nah.
Man United fans want to be challenging for the title. They want to be, winning titles, trophies, and stuff like that. So if this guy's coming in for 6 months and then he's going to be doing a 2-year consultancy residency at your club, are you willing to accept that? Like, you know what I mean? And then obviously the next person that comes in, what is your expectations? Are you expecting him to come in and just go in with this philosophy and trying to build this project for another 2-3 years? Or are you expecting a Poch, if he comes in, are you expecting him to win these trophies, challenge for these titles? I don't know where Man United really stand on that. It's very difficult, obviously, being an Arsenal fan or being a neutral, to understand what they're going through. But what's your take on terms of like Man United fans' reactions?
I'm flabbergasted, bro. I'm actually flabbergasted with the reaction, like, to say they brought in a Zidane. If they brought in a Zidane, I would understand. I'm thinking, boy, this guy's a serial winner, history as a player, history as a manager. I'm thinking, all right, cool. This guy might just come in for these next 2-3 years, and he might actually just win. He might not come in and cement a philosophy for Manchester United, which Rangnick is looking like he's going to do. It's going to take time. Then I would have been a little bit different. But looking at it now, I'm thinking they're actually getting excited over interim. This is not your manager. This
And
is
if
an
you were,
interim
and
guy.
if he's the godfather, I'm not taking anything away from him. But why is he all the way there, Lokomotiv Moscow, and
This
he's
is
not,
my thing again.
even Bielsa, the godfather, another godfather. At least
Another
he's in the Premier
Godfather.
League.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
least
yeah,
he's in the
yeah,
Premier League. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's very
It,
weird. It's very
it is
weird.
a weird thing, and again, a lot of people they hear things in it. They hear the likes of Tuchel, they hear the likes of Klopp, that he's mentored them and he guided them. And a lot of people don't really know who Ragnick is, and they've seen what Tuchel and Klopp are doing. They're thinking, yeah, he's gonna do
It's
this. He's not.
different, bro.
It's a different
It's a
thing. Do you know what I
different
mean?
thing.
Like
Man
it's
United
completely
is a
different.
different beast as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
When you
yeah,
go to Man United, you need to
yeah.
produce, you need to
hmm
perform, man. You know what I
hmm
mean? So I don't know. Like, it's all good saying that you're the godfather and you've helped mentor
hmm
other people and get them to a particular standard of managing. But when you have to do it yourself now,
hmm hmm It's different,
it's
yeah, bro. It's
it's
it's completely different. Like I said, being a coach educator or being an educator in general is different to actually doing it. Do you know what I
mm,
mean? Because you can give the right advice, you can have the right philosophy, but when you're actually in charge, there's so many variables that come along, and it's like they're saying that theory and practical is two different things.
yeah.
So being in the field, it might be actually different, but you can give good advice, you can give good information. But I don't know, man. I
Mm,
really I don't know the reaction. I was watching a few things last night with some of the more bigger influencers when it comes to the YouTube football stuff, and I've just seen the excitement. I'm like, is this what's really happening, bro, to Man United? You're actually getting excited over a man that
no one,
probably 80% don't even know
and
who he is.
that's what I was gonna say. No one mentioned him in
Mm,
the running or
yeah.
potential manager or anything like that. But as soon as it's been flashed out in the media,
hmm
everybody's just jumped on it as if like they
hmm
know the guy and
hmm
yeah, he's gonna do well here and
hmm
stuff like. No one's actually questioning what's going on, and that's what,
hmm
like you said, flabbergasted by. Is just like, okay, why is everybody just so quick to be accepting this and not
mm,
questioning, like, the whole process of the appointment? So that's what I was just like to all my Man United fans. I was like, what's going on with you guys? Are you not just really
yeah.
just accepting this? But
It,
go ahead, go on.
Nah, it's just one of those things, when I don't know, they've had. And this is the thing with Ollie, yeah. He had moments that he had some good moments, and he couldn't get over the line. And now we're get the
PSG, Man
PSG. Do you know what I mean?
City's.
Like, he had some good moments, and like I said, he brought in a good factor to the team and to the club. Um, yeah, man. I just feel like now they're just looking at, like, yeah, they just need some saving in it. They're vulnerable at the
Yeah.
moment. So this is a rebound relationship right now. Do you know what I mean? They're vulnerable. They just take anything. They're thinking, oh yeah, this guy,
He's
he's
good
got a
to
good
me.
track record. Yeah, he's got a good track record. He's done good things. Like, it hopefully does the same for us. But I don't
Look,
know,
look,
man. I don't know.
listen, I don't want it to make it sound like we're just completely dissing the guy because he
No, no,
has
no,
got
no, no, no.
got the credentials. I understand in the aspects of building a new philosophy.
Hmm.
He's got the track record in terms of working with young players.
Yeah,
He's someone obviously can build and taking the club forward. That I understand completely. I'm just trying to understand where Man United are at right now
mm,
and how it compares to like this potential appointment, and how they move forward. If it's a case that they're looking to build for another 2-3 years, then I don't want to hear Man United fans then complaining.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
complain now, innit? Say
Mm,
something now. I don't want it to be a
mm,
case where it's like in the summer or like into the new season, and then you're complaining and saying, "Oh, this is not what we want," because this is where you need to make your
mm,
voices heard in terms
mhm.
of like getting a manager in now. So speaking of managers, obviously it's been touted that Man United want Poch,
Yeah,
and we've seen obviously Poch's situation with dealing with big players and
yeah.
at PSG and how that's going on. How do you think now he would fare if he went to Man United?
I think it'll be similar, bro. If Ronaldo's still in the picture, I think it's going to be similar. Again, someone that hasn't won anything, so it's very difficult to go into a change room and implement a philosophy or authority as well. I mean, they will respect him, of course. He's done good things in
Mm,
the game, but again, someone like Ronaldo, you're coming in there and you're saying to Ronaldo, "This is what you need to be." No, Ronaldo will tell you what needs to be going on because I've
mm.
done it. I've won it. Do you know what I mean? You can't tell me about the Champions League. I've done it. I've won it numerous occasions. I've won the Premier League. Have you done that? No. So, do you know what I mean? It's difficult to come in and implement that. Like the likes of Jose Mourinho was successful because he came in as a winner. He's gone to
Mm.
Chelsea as a winner. I've won the Champions League. Can anyone in here tell me that they've won it? At the time, probably one
The
or two. But
special,
as a
the
club,
special one.
he came in confidence. Do you know what I mean? He came in, and this is why he's had a successful career. And obviously, at the moment, it's a different story. But yeah, it's difficult, man. Even with Ragnick, I'm looking at the CV. I'm not seeing much. Like, do you know what I
But
mean?
obviously Pep mentioned, and I think it's more, I don't know, like the camaraderie of it all. Because
Yeah,
when coaches get asked questions about other coaches, they're trying to be respectful. So
yeah,
Pep has obviously mentioned that for him personally, not being a coach that's not won anything is not the be all and end all.
no,
Um, Obviously we know that it's not. But I'm
yeah,
talking. We're talking about in a sense of when you go to big clubs. I think it's
mm,
different when you're going to clubs like Tottenham at the moment, maybe
mm-hmm,
even Arsenal at the moment,
mm-hmm.
your West Hams and stuff like that, or clubs that are trying to push into that bracket
Building in it.
of,
Yeah, we're
yeah, the
building.
building.
Yeah,
But when you're going to, like, let's say for example, next manager that goes to Man City, if you ain't got the credentials, right, it's going to be quite difficult to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
get
Mm-hmm.
these players motivated and pushing them. Likewise at Chelsea, if someone else came in, um, you really need to be able to motivate these players.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that once again, it's just like, how do you think Poch will fare at Man United? Do you think that Man United will be just too big of a club for him?
Nah, no, I don't. I don't think it'll be too big because he's coming off an experience with PSG and he's dealing with way more bigger egos than United. I don't think it'll be too much of a big club for him. I just feel like it will be a similar thing that he's
Mm,
experiencing at PSG. However, he might have learnt from PSG and he might do things differently at Man United.
okay.
So it could flip. It could be a thing where, you know what. maybe I should have done this a bit differently, dealing with the likes of Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. So going in there, he might do things differently. So it might be a learning experience for him. But for me, again, it's like Ragnick, him coming in, I feel like he'll bring in like a Ten Hag for me personally. I can't see Ragnick bringing the Pochettino. I feel like he'll bring in a man that has this similar philosophy to him in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
So I feel like yeah, it's all up in the air for United at the moment. I just feel like it's all a bit of a mess over there. And yeah, they need help. They need help. And if Ragnick came in a position now, as in a sporting director, or he went upstairs to work in the board, then I'll say, you know what, it's a good appointment. It's a very good appointment.
Yeah.
But in terms of being manager right now and looking for next season, so you've gone from Ragnick to Pochettino. I don't know if it makes sense for me.
Just the last bit as well, because I just thought about, obviously, Ragnick coming in. Is he bringing in his own staff? Is he still
I was
keeping
just
the
about
likes
to
of
ask
Michael
that.
Carrick?
Yeah.
You know, what will change? Obviously, we just have to see how it unfolds and works out. But once again, that's more changes to the team at this present moment. But yeah, like you said, it's Man United not being proactive in it. Oli should have been gone a long time ago. Man United should have had. You know, we look at Chelsea and their model, and you know, they're very much dissed for their cutthroat.
Yeah.
You know how cutthroat they are, but you know, they always have their guy in place, ready. You know what I mean? So once they get rid of someone, they've got the next person in. I know they've had interim manager with did they have it with Rafa Benitez?
They had
Gus
Rafa, Gus Hiddink. They've had a few. They've had
but
Matteo, Di Matteo.
Yeah. But those are they seemingly looked more planned than the way Man United are going for their one at the moment. And even the way Oli was hired, you know, off the back of him just, you know, a few good results, and then they just jumped ship and they gave him the contract straight away.
Right, people were screaming out, give him the 3-year contract, bro. They were screaming it, and now it was like, oh yeah, I don't think he's the man. Come on, man, you got to see the signs from early. Like, it's nice. It's, you know, it's that romantic thing of, you know, he helped us win the Champions League in 1999 or whatever, 2000, and then, you know, he's come in and he's brought that good feel factor. Yeah, that's cool, but it's a short period. Don't overlook, like, don't prolong it. Do you know what I mean? You got managers in line right now who can come in and take it to that next level. Ollie's done a great job in terms of setting a good foundation, a base for that next manager to come in and get them over the line. Like we've seen, he went to numerous semi-finals, just didn't get over the line. Went to the final Europa League, didn't get over the line. Came second in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So there was improvement. So, but it's just bringing in someone that has got that pedigree to get over the line. Do you know what I mean? To have that extra bit of whatever it is, tactics, motivation. So yeah, I feel like it's.
Do you think it's a bit of like of a fashion thing at the moment, man, with these, you know, former players, and then how everybody's just clangering in terms of wanting them to manage their clubs, their former clubs, or should they just be giving it to like experienced managers?
I think it's good what we're seeing in terms of, you know, ex-players turning. I think we're getting a new cycle of managers, because I was actually sitting here and I was thinking, in terms of managers at the moment, like top managers, there's not a long list at the present moment. There's not a long list. We've seen a lot of managers, you know, the Wengers, the Mourinhos, the Van Gaals, the long list of managers that have been doing it for years. They're not here no more. Do you know what I mean? So we're getting Mourinho is like he's that cycle in it of the old school managers. He's now the older figure. So yeah, we're getting to that stage of and Ancelotti as well. He's another one of the old figures where previously he wasn't. Do you know what I mean? So we're getting to that cycle of new managers coming in. We've seen Steven Gerrard he's done well so far. Let's see how he does with Villa, and he done well in the first game. You can see the passion that he has on the touchline. Do you know what I mean? He's next for Liverpool if he does well, with Villa. So yeah, we've seen Arteta come back to Arsenal. Frank Lampard went back to Chelsea. So I feel like we're seeing a new age of managers coming through, and I like it, to be fair, in terms of seeing some fresh faces on the touchline, rather seeing that Allardyce has given his 500th job. Do you know what I mean? You're still here. Do you know what I mean?
Sam Allardyce.
Big
Oh,
Sam,
man.
like you're
Big
still
Sam.
seeing Brucey on the touchline. Do you know what I mean?
Pardew.
Podge, bro, like give it a rest now.
Pulis.
Let's give young managers opportunities, and this is why Germany has seen so much success. Like if we look at it at the moment, the top managers are coming out of Germany. You know, Tuchel, Klopp, Nagelsmann, and the reason why is because they've given opportunities from early, in terms of giving them managerial experience at the top level. Whereas in England, a lot of managers or ex-top players as well, they're starting from the bottom. They're going to like League One, League Two, and no disrespect to these players, but the level of intelligence of, experience as well that these players are coming from, some of these players won't understand. So then it's just not going to work. But yeah, going to answer your question, I went all around the world there, but
That's
yeah,
all right.
I'm glad that we're seeing, fresh faces in the touchline. And yeah, man, I want to see more. I want to see more young coaches coming up, and it's the roles are changing as well. So a lot of these managers are coaches. They're not really managers
Running
of
a
your old
club and
school.
stuff,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
not running a club. It's more so managing the team, the squad, coaching the team. So yeah, the roles are changing now, and I hope we can see some more managers, man, or coaches, young coaches on the touchline.
Brilliant. Because obviously our last show was all in regards to the hiring and firing of coaches. So it's once again, Ollie's gone.
What's that? 6 managers now gone?
Yeah, I think that's the 7th, I believe.
7th, yeah.
Yeah, 6th or 7th. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. No resting. There's no resting place in the Premier League. So we'll definitely just obviously see what's gonna be happening with Man United. Obviously, any Man United fans, please make sure that you comment and give us your feedback on how you're feeling about things. Let us know whether we're right or wrong with our comments, or it's opinions basically. Anyway,
it's quite biased though, isn't it? It was quite biased. We needed to get United man in there because they're gonna be watching it now. These men are moving biased.
Well, hey, we're just talking from an outside perspective, sometimes when you're in the mud, as they say, you're not really seeing things clearly. So but it'll be brilliant to just obviously get you lot's opinion and see what you lot say.
Next, bro. So that next man might be in this position.
It might be.
You know what I mean? And tables turn, innit? So
Arteta's had his fair share of lives, shedded from his. So
and the next game that Rangnick might be in charge of will probably be us.
Arsenal.
So it could be. You know what I mean? We're talking a lot of crud right now, so we might be holding some smoke.
We'll win that game, man. We'll win that game.
I don't know. With us, it's just I don't know, man. And you know what? Ollie didn't beat Arteta.
There you go. And
he didn't.
He
didn't beat him. He didn't beat him. So yeah, man.
That's a good omen so far.
Thanks for watching another episode of A Dash of Sports Premier League show, Match Week 13. I truly appreciate your love and support with that. And if you need further information about future episodes or just your day-to-day sporting updates, then hey, come and check me out, man. I'm on Instagram and I'm also on Twitter, which is A Dash of Sports. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment, and help me to get these subs up. I truly appreciate that. And also remember, don't forget to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my shows. And until the next time here on the Dash of Sports Premier League show, peace.